Chapter 22. Unresolved Mystery of God in Existence. Understanding of God. God is sacred, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent force. That is, God is the light existing within us in the form of consciousness. Soul is a miniature cell of consciousness. God exists in the entire universe and all around us. God is divine energy or force. God is conscious force in the form of universal consciousness and cosmic consciousness in existence. Human consciousness is a tiny cell of cosmic consciousness. So, human beings are part of God. He is consciousness. Man can become like God too. God has everything. It seems he needs nothing from us, no expectation, and no desire from us. He is complete in all respects. He is complete in all subtle qualities. He is perfect. If we become perfect with the cultivation of all subtle qualities in our present existence, then we become a replica of God in this life in existence. Creation by God. We are created by the energy of God. Why has He created us? What is His purpose? Or have we been created by slow and steady evolution in existence? From where and from which source have we been evolved? Even that source must have been created under certain conditions by the omnipotent and sacred divine force. By the process of elimination, we are still unable to reach the bottom line of the origin. But it is certain that some mysterious force existed and exists everywhere, that has created us, and we have named this force as God, supernal, infinite mysterious force, and many other names as known to human beings in existence. We cannot deny it. Quantum mechanics experiments and analysis have proved its presence. Presence of God. In fact, the sacred divine invisible force or energy is present in all creatures created by Him in subtle form. This divine force is present in void, it is present in shunya or vacuum, so it is present everywhere, since there is void between everything. Even two tiny cells have void in between, but we cannot visualize it. Why have we been created? It is an unsolved, mysterious mystery. Maybe our creation is His play, or we are means to accomplish His creativity. Human beings have always contemplated on this issue and have put maximum efforts to visualize and conceptualize it. Expectation of God from us. What God expects from us? It is a very debatable query since our master, that is, God, has everything. Maybe He does not need anything from us, that is, from any of His creatures, or He expects something which we are not able to conceive, perceive, and unable to visualize, and we are unable to offer Him. It is the greatest unsolved mystery of existence. Certainly, He must have some expectations from us. These expectations might not be for Him since He is omnipotent, but for our welfare, our intrinsic happiness and contentment. He has some expectations from us and for our welfare. This needs to be conceived, analyzed, perceived, and contemplated in multifaceted dimensions. It is indeed a complex issue. Who is God? Before we contemplate on the above issue or query, we must perceive who He is. As per human understanding, He is one. No one is equivalent to Him. He is superior to generator, preserver, and destroyer. He is the sole doer. He sans fear and enmity. He is eternal, beyond time, changeless, ever fresh and new. He is unborn and immutable. He is self-effulgent and supreme, and He is truth. He is essential divine force and divine light. He is true from time immemorial. He is formless. He is not created and nor can be destroyed, and illusion has no role to play with Him. His is immortal and exists in timelessness. He is present in void, so He is everywhere, since void is even between two miniature objects. God is master of everything. Having created us, He has created everything needed for our survival and well being. He certainly needs nothing from us. We cannot give him anything in return since everything is by him, through him, and created by him. Whatsoever we offer, it is his. He is the creator. We only beg from him since our greed is not satisfied, although our needs are fully satisfied by him. Most of us don't show any gratitude towards him for unending gifts given by him and whatsoever he has done for us. We only pray him to fulfill our unending desires. God bestows what we deserve. God has bestowed us what we deserve. In our prayers, if we ask him exclusively, that is, the only God, then we will have everything as God is having. We will become automatically desireless since nothing more will be needed as we will have everything on having him. Since he is accomplished in all respects and he has everything. Otherwise, also, even if we don't have him in the realm of continuity of our life, he continually goes on fulfilling our unending desires without expecting anything in return from us, since he is merciful. But still, we would complain that he has deprived us and not given comforts as he has bestowed to others in our comparison. Our ignorance. Being ignorant, most of us complain God, the invisible force or energy. We don't understand that if he takes even one of our essential organs of our body, how miserable we will become. He has bestowed us with a valuable gift by giving us an accomplished body, physical and mental health, well-being and happiness. However, we always forget that God is life. Life is invisible energy. Each one of us is born with energy. As this energy is exhausted by accomplishing various activities in life during our survival, and when all the conserved energy is fully spent, then we have to leave this body. This is the most mysterious mystery of our life in existence. It must be deeply visualized and well understood that what God has bestowed us, that are the best suiting for our needs, development, and welfare. We must deeply conceive this aspect that He, being the Master, has done best for us. Vision of God for evolution. We must conceive that He does not need anything from us, but what He expects in turn from us, it must be very clear to us so that we can fulfill it. Otherwise, we will be moving in a circle without any evolution in life. God is creative force, and we must be creative like God to evolve in life. So, we must always be with Him without forgetting Him. Creativity must be the sole purpose of our existence. We must transcend the present existing motto of life, which most of us are having, and it is generally as eat, drink, and be merry. It is very evident that there has been evolution in this universe from the Stone Age to the present age, with creativity resulting in the appearance of different species with discontinuities in the continuity of time. So, first and foremost thing, he expects from us to evolve in life as the universe has evolved in time by his vision. To be whole man. Father always expects that his son to be capable, healthy, wealthy, and prosperous. He must be more evolved than him in multiple dimensions. Similarly, God, the Almighty, being Supreme Father, expects that we must evolve and must cultivate all subtle qualities so that we become healthy, wise, and spiritually evolved beings besides having materialistic development. He wants us to become perfect human beings by our free will. He guides us silently, directs us, and creates various conditions such that we must take the vertical divine path to evolve ourselves to be with Him, besides performing worldly, materialistic activities for our comforts and better living. His expectations are that human beings must grow both ways, that is, materialistically and spiritually. He wants overall developments. God expects us to become whole man. However, human being develops themselves only in one direction, mostly materialistically, and hardly any attention is paid by most of us for inner development. Lack of subtle qualities. In the past, human beings have made outstanding progress to improve the quality of life. Unimaginable progress is visible in cultivation and the animal kingdom. Abundance of cultivation of various types is seen all around us in this world, besides health, growth, and welfare of different animals, which is amazing in all respects. This has been done by different developmental activities taken up by human beings in the last couple of centuries. But human beings have not improved their own species in terms of cultivation of subtle qualities and virtues. There has not been any evolution in this regard. Rather, significant deterioration is clearly experienced by all of us in subtle qualities in the human race worldwide. That is the reason wars and multifold criminal activities are spreading worldwide around us. Development of human race with divine qualities. Human beings have not learned to have a new generation with good, subtle, and divine qualities, having love, patience, contentment, forgiveness, etc., so that criminal activities get minimized in the human race besides the human race to become healthy, wise, and with overall development. This has been constantly diminishing as compared to technological and scientific developments and substantial development of plants and the animal kingdom. In general, the human race lacks the divine qualities, and gradually discontinuities in these virtues are increasing in the realm of continuity of human life. This is because of the fact that no serious attention is being diverted towards the immense values of these virtues. These are the backbone of well being, health, happiness, and longevity. These have been forgotten by the human race. These qualities of subjective science need to be retrieved. Enhance inner joy. Presently, complete time and energy of an individual is diverted for material development and for physically better living. One forgets in life that material development and wealth accumulation can only satisfy three needs of a human being, that is, food, shelter, and clothing. Human race is gradually forgetting that human beings do not live by bread and shelter alone. However, these are basic requirements for survival. By fulfilling these requirements, there occurs no evolution in life. Only basic needs of better living are fulfilled. Human beings need to manifest their inner life to enhance subtle divine virtues, to have inner joy for their overall growth. Capabilities bestowed by Almighty. Generally, a human being having all capabilities of the highest order bestowed by Almighty, but still he lives like other lower and less evolved species. This is the influence of Maya. This is the effect of illusion. He spends complete life in illusion, considering illusion or Maya as reality. God does not expect usual living like other species from a human being, since he has created him with fine forces or energies of built in wisdom and consciousness, while all other species are deprived of these fine subtle energies. These subtle energies are required to be developed and used for evolution by a human being. But a human being accumulates a lot of wealth and finally dies and leaves all what he has accumulated throughout in his life in this world. Cycles of birth and death. He takes birth again and again, and these cycles of births and deaths go on repeating without any evolution in his subtle virtues like other less evolved species. Almighty, the God, the sacred power expects higher evolution and creativity from human being who has been evolved from stone to plant to animal and finally to this level of human being. Cultivation of subtle qualities. God expects much higher evolution from a human being in the human birth in terms of cultivation of subtle qualities and virtues, so that human beings transform themselves to a perfect and whole human being more closer with the qualities that of God. If each human being succeeds in this direction, he would be able to have his next generation with more of these subtle virtues, and thus the complete human race can develop with godly virtues, having subtle qualities like compassion, love, patience, contentment, forgiveness, etc. If such subtle qualities are developed, then these virtues of the human race would deplete criminality from human mind and allow him to live in a more peaceful manner with health, happiness, and longevity. Art of Evolution. Almighty, the sacred power, would like to witness the development of subtle virtues in the human race universally. What is to be done to achieve this? This is to be deeply perceived, and this is to be conceived and perceived, and it is to be implemented in life without fail by all of us. A human being lives both in the manifested and unmanifested world. The manifested world is the external world, whereas the inner world is the unmanifested, divine, subtle world. Manifested world gives us better living, comforts, and luxury of life, whereas the inner world equips us with subtle, refined qualities of life, that is, compassion, love, and patience, etc., for our peace, health, happiness, creativity, and well being. To lead a disciplined life, one must follow proper and disciplined way of living by following the rules and means of yama and niyama, that is, disciplined living and judicially earning by fair means, so that one is always fearless and straightforward in his words and deeds. Later, he must follow the suitable way of meditation so that he could annihilate his mind and remain with supernal through transcending time and space. Thus, he would be able to enter the arena of timeless and consciousless state with discontinuities. By this way, one can enhance his subtle virtues of love, patience, forgiveness, truthfulness, etc. Thus, one can transform his personality. As these virtues become part of his life, his physiology and psychology get transformed, and by this magnetic effect in his personality, his children would cultivate same qualities with discontinuities in the realm of existence in continuity of his life. To become like God. As more and more people will transform and enhance these virtues, the human race would transform and would have same qualities approaching that of God, the sacred power. This is what the God desires from a human being. He expects the human race must transform and become like him with divine qualities so that the human race is freed from fear of war, criminal activities, and each one lives homogeneously. Thus, this world becomes a better place to live without miseries, with proper health, happiness, and prosperity. In fact, God expects each one of us to become perfect and whole human being with divine virtues. Way of meditation and transformation. The way of meditation is the only way to achieve perfection with divine virtues. God expects us to adopt this along with performing all worldly activities for better living to enhance subtle qualities and become like Him in due course. This way, consciousness of the human being is manifested gradually. With time developed, consciousness merges with universal and cosmic consciousness. This mergence will transform him with divine subtle godly qualities. Moreover, living in the manifested world, enjoying all material comforts. God expects us to be in touch with the source, with the center, the supernal, the unmanifested being with discontinuities to enhance subtle virtues. Concluding remarks. God expects us to become like Him, to cultivate subtle virtues and perfection in meditation and manifestation of consciousness are the only ways in human life to become God like after mergence His consciousness in cosmic consciousness. So, we must pray Almighty in meditation to have Him only as our sole need, then nothing more will be needed. We will be approaching perfection in every walk of life with countable, trouble free, healthy, and long living without physical and mental miseries and become desireless. This is what the God desires from a human being in continuity of life in the realm of existence as a perfect and whole. If we succeed in this approach, then our journey to the abode of silence will have divine fragrance. This is the unsolved, mysterious mystery of God in existence.